We got the secondary showing up at OTAs. Now, the secondary is a complete overhaul coming into 2023. No more Okudah, no more Oruwariye. I mean, this team bringing in Cam Sutton, bringing in Gardner-Johnson, bringing in Mosley, drafting Brian Branch, Kerby Joesph heading into his second year, Tracy Walker's back. Like, the secondary was abysmal last year, period. They sucked. However, coming into this year, this is a completely different secondary that will not suck. And I mean, really, those aren't even huge expectations. Just be better than you were last year, and they will be. The biggest thing for me is Cam Sutton being the veteran, being the glue. Last year, we didn't have that. We really didn't have that. And so a guy like Sutton brings something to the table that, well, we just haven't had back there. And now knowing, like, you look at what Aaron Glenn had to deal with in his first season as the defensive coordinator. Even last year, it's just been this progression. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. And so finally, Aaron Glenn has a defense, a secondary that I think can do some legitimate damage. You look at last year, our secondary, the Lions allowed the most yards per completion at 12.6. The 8th most passing touchdowns, 26. The 8th highest passer rating, 94.2. And the 3rd most passing yards at 4,446. All this from Tim Twentyman. I mean, that defense just isn't good. But this year, the stepping up of the secondary, and that's the secondary. This year, the secondary stepping up and Cam Sutton coming in as the veteran leader, along with Gardner-Johnson, along with Emmanuel Mosley, and then bringing in Brian Branch, bringing back Walker, Kerby Joesph going into year 2, if he's stepping up. Like, this secondary is different. They are gelling. There is a glue there, and I think it all really stems from Sutton. Sutton, a guy who has played for Pittsburgh, a good organization, a great organization, comes together, and he is focusing on communicating with the young guys, really creating a culture in the secondary that is, we are a squad, we are a team. Didn't see that last year. And that's not a knock on Okudah. That's not a knock on some of these guys that were back there. It's just looking at what is good, veteran, quality leadership. And I think it really stems from Sutton down. I mean, opposing quarterbacks only completed 47% roughly of their pass attempts against Sutton. Guy's a dog. He was one of the best free agency pickups. It was something that we needed to address. The secondary is gelling. It is lovely. But overall, it sounds like the secondary is really gelling. It sounds like they're coming together. They're working really well. That they are all mentally working well with one another, but also physically. There is a physicality in this secondary that I didn't really see a ton last year. Actually, Cam Sutton said, from a defensive side, you got a lot of physical guys, a lot of hungry guys who want to get after the ball, make plays on the ball from all different levels. I think we have a really good push up front. I think that we've got a group of guys that really just have tenacity. You know what I mean? We have a group that is really fiery, wants to get after guys, and it's just about making teams pay. Long story short, what Sutton's saying is this group communicates well, they're physical, and they want it. Didn't see that so much out of the guys last year. We will see as training camp comes around, as OTAs progress, how the secondary really is gelling together. But everything I'm hearing, guys like Iffy also stepping up. Secondary is a complete overhaul, a complete switch, and it's something to be excited about. Whereas last year, I did everything I could to not look at the secondary, yet they always found a way to blind me with their silliness, their antics, their mistakes. So, long story short, OTAs. Things are sounding good. Things are sounding good. Let me know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for hanging out as always. And I will catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.